What's going on, Alabama fans? This is Brandon, aka Fresh. Took just a little bit of a break to kind of let a lot of this Alabama football news kind of just marinate. But I'm back. Do me a big favor. Hit the like button, smash the like button. Y'all know the rules. Y'all already know what we were trying to accomplish here. 150 likes out the gate. It is going down, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and get right into it. We're talking about Jalen Milroe. There's a lot of different reports, a lot of things going out in terms of how the Alabama quarterback situation might, become, I won't say to a close, but there might be more closure, at least in terms of, who's going to be starting, and not necessarily who's just going to start for the first game, but who's actually taking a little bit of a stranglehold of the position. So, Nick Saban last week came out with a statement basically, or actually this week, saying, you want him and the coaching staff to want to force them to play whoever they pick for quarterback. Doesn't want to necessarily be, guess we just got to just go with this person. It's we can't not go with this person. You know what I'm saying? Like they've done everything asked of them to, basically be the one that is the guy that we trust and believe, as well as a coaching staff, but also hearing the voice from the players. So I'm here to tell y'all from what I've gotten. All right. I told you I got a few people, that I know and that I trust with information. And this is some very, very good information from a very, very qualified source. And then I'm gonna talk about what Christian Miller's dad, we had some quotes that we put up that he mentioned about what he was seeing. But I'm gonna go with what I got first from a very qualified source. And basically what I got was what Corey Miller echoed as well. And that is that from the player's perspective, Jalen Milroe is the guy that they want to see and believe will be their starting quarterback. That's who they want leading them out, not just Middle Tennessee, but, that's the guy that they want to follow. And, you had Stephen M. Smith, he reported a few days or so ago that the word that he was getting from the first scrimmage, Jalen Milroe had a pretty good day, or good enough day, separated himself a little bit from the other two quarterbacks. And I told y'all just my own personal opinion, my overall thoughts. I didn't think that Tyler Buchner was going to be the guy anyway. Not that there was any shade on him. It's just that it's hard to expect you to come from an entirely different program and just take over unless you're just that guy. And from what I saw on film, I didn't see someone who was just that guy. And that's no disrespect to him. I'm just telling you what I see. I'm not sitting there at practice every day, so I'm not even gonna pretend as if I have some sort of, firsthand knowledge on that. But I'm just telling you what I see. But based on the spring and Jalen Milroe coming out, Nick Saban having him run with the first team, I didn't see Ty Simpson do anything in 8A that separated himself or made you say, oh man, we need to take a second look at Ty Simpson. The only other person, and I feel like all Alabama fans, when, we were getting comments, was about Dylan Lonergan. And when the guy from YouTube, released the clip of the open practice, that's who jumped off the screen for me in terms of, hey man, Alabama might have something with this guy. Like it just, when you talk about like a player that it looks the part, not just physically, but in terms of nuances and just how they move, how everything just looks, he looks to be the next guy. And that's just my opinion, all right? And that's not, saying that Ty Simpson can't come and do his thing, depending on how the season works out and if Jalen Milroe is the guy and he decides to move on or he stays another year. I'm just saying they need to watch out for Dylan Lonergan, okay? And I think Alabama fans, just from A-Day, were pretty much saying the same thing. But from what I gathered from my people that I speak with, Jalen Milroe is more than likely going to be Alabama's quarterback this year. He's going to have to, really wet the bed for somebody else to just kind of be thrown in. There's nobody that I feel, based on what I've seen, but also what I'm hearing from people on that have firsthand knowledge, that any other quarterback has pushed him to where it's okay, we just, somebody's really nipping at his heels that hard that, if he makes some egregious mistakes, we're just going to go with somebody else because it's that close. I don't feel like it's to that point. I think Milroe was starting to gain the trust of the coaching staff to believe that they can start, handing more of the reins over to him and allow him to do what he really needs to do as a quarterback. Now, there's one more scrimmage left, and that happens on Saturday. And this is going to be Jalen Milroe's opportunity to close the door. All right. Right now, there's still, a little crack in there, to allow someone like a Ty Simpson, Tyler Buckner, and shoot, even at this point, might even, be a Dylan Lonergan. I think that's an extremely long shot, but still, you need to close the door. That's what this scrimmage is about. Now, if you go in there and you stink it up, then now there's a problem. There's a big problem, actually, from my perspective, depending on how he looks. But I'm not a guy that in scrimmages, I don't necessarily need to see you complete every single pass. I just need to make sure you know what to do. Make the right read. You have the command and the control of the offense. You know what everybody's supposed to be doing. You can get everybody lined up. You make the proper calls at the line of scrimmage. Those are the things that I need to make sure that you know what to do as the quarterback. All right. We already know what he can do with his legs. I mean, that is absolutely, there's no quarterback in the history of Alabama that I can think of that has that type of skill set that I've seen. I can't speak on nothing that happened before my time, but from what I've seen, from Tyler Watts to who has a running quarterback, Blake Sims, anybody else you can think of, Jalen Hurts, there's nobody that even comes close to having that level of dynamic skill set that Jalen Milroe has, which is extremely rare and special. And if he can just get close, and I said this in the video last year, if he can just get close with his throwing ability and the ability to hurt you with the arm, it's going to be absolutely scary. It's going to be a nightmare. Because how do you handle that? And it's not as if Alabama has like just one running back. There's like four. There's four running backs that they feel confident, if they're all healthy, that can do some damage. Might even be five. You know what I'm saying? So I am looking to see what the word comes from this next scrimmage. Has Jalen Milroe, established himself? Are the other quarterbacks still, putting heat on him to really make it even closer? Because after this, it's time to prep for Middle Tennessee. It ain't no time to figure out the quarterback. You got to have somebody that you feel confident to walk out game one. Going back to 2016, based on everything that was being told, Stephen M. Smith has some intel that Jalen Hurts was basically the guy. They marched Blake Barnett out there for 2 series, but it was like, nah, this ain't it. And then Jalen Hurts finishes the entire game against USC, so it doesn't appear that this is the situation where there's a guy that everybody seems to feel is really the guy, and then Nick Saban's kind of experimenting. It sounds like Milroe is going to be Alabama's starting quarterback, whether you like it or not, and they're going to roll with that until he just completely screws it up. Which I think at this point, with him being in the system for a couple of years, it's going to take a lot for him to screw up. He's too dynamic with his legs. I think with Tommy Rees, they're going to go back to ground and pound, kill teams with their running ability, and then, make plays with your arm when necessary. But Nick Saban is really not a one-sided person in terms of how he goes about things. So even though he would like to control the game with the running game, you have to be able to move the ball through the air and make plays when necessary. And I believe that they feel confident enough in Jalen Milroe, based on what they've probably seen in practice and the proper reads that he's making, that they can do enough to win games. And with the defense, and I'm gonna make a video about the defense because I got to get into this based on what I'm hearing and what I saw in the spring and in that open practice. Man, this might be a resurgence of what Alabama fans have been used to prior to 2018. Again, 2018 to 2022. 2022 last year was okay, but 2018 definitely to 2021 was an embarrassment overall. I think this might be the stop to that. I don't think Kevin Steele is going to allow that. A lot of stuff. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. This is about Jalen Milroe and the quarterbacks. So we'll definitely make sure that we give y'all as much information as possible as we get it. But again, from my sources, Jalen Milroe is the guy that the players are wanting to see and expect to see march out Rep 1, Series 1, pretty much for the whole season. That's who they believe is their guy. And it's going to be up to Milroe to step up to the plate, take the challenge head on, and really show that this is his team and let the chips fall as they may. Will Alabama be back in the playoffs this year? Vie for another national championship? We shall see. All right, well, that's all I got for this video. If you like what you like what I had to say, please make sure you hit the like button, smash the like button, subscribe to our YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you don't miss any of our content that we are dropping. Trying to make sure that we are giving y'all the best coverage out there possible. Please make sure that you like us or follow us on our other social media channels. TD Alabama Mag on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Get yourself a subscription to our online site, touchdownalabama.com. And yeah, drop a comment as well. Y'all already know I like them comments. I read them. Download our app, iPhone and in the Google Play Store if you got an Android like your boy. All right, y'all. This is Brandon, A.K. Fresh, signing off.